Hi, this is Shane R. Monroe, and today we're going to be looking at the Chromecast with Google TV. Is it a Chromecast? Is it Google TV? Is it Android TV? Who knows? You will when you're done watching this video, so stay tuned. Okay, so this is the Google Chromecast with Google TV. It's very, very confusing. If you look at this little guy on the back or on the front, it looks like a standard old Chromecast with a remote, but what all can you do with it? I mean, this is being touted as the replacement sort of for Android TV for Google, so everyone's kind of wondering what this guy will do. And with this portable monitor, we're going to show you, we're going to unbox this guy, we're going to plug it in, show you the setup, and then show you exactly what applications you can use with it. Now, if you look at the front, it does detail a number of applications that it says it supports. One of the applications you do not see listed there is Plex, which for me personally, I like to host and stream all of my own stuff using the Plex media server. So if this guy does Plex, it's a lot better for me and many of you if it'll support that application. So we'll find out before the video's over if it supports Plex or not. But let's open the box, shall we? So inside the box, very minimalistic packaging, just like you would expect from Google. Everything's white, black and white, sort of looks like an IKEA box, you know. Expect these little guys to be in here to show you how to put it together. Lift up the tab, pull the guy out. Inside, we'll find some basic instructions. Oops. And if we're violent enough with it, everything comes out of the box. Basic instruction book, health and safety manual, your standard plug, and a standard USB-C cable, and a couple of clips that I had the wires in before I pulled it apart. And then if you look very carefully in the bottom, you'll see that there's a couple of batteries hidden in there. Those eluded me the first couple of times I opened the box initially. They're the two cool, they're actually cool. They're like white batteries too. I love it. The whole thing is all white, white, white. Normally I'm not a fan of white, but it's kind of cool when the batteries are white. So in the instruction manual, let's take a look. In here, it's pretty straightforward. You plug in the Chromecast, you switch your TV to HDMI, put some batteries in, make sure that you have the Google Home app on your phone, which I do, and then that's it. I mean, that's pretty much it. It shows you the layout, right? So you have a TV input switch, TV power button, which that's kind of interesting. There's an app button, home, back, Google Assistant, standard stuff. It's interesting though, when we see the remote, it says YouTube and Netflix. It doesn't say app button, or there's no apps assigned to that. So I'm wondering if maybe that's something we can select ourselves. Your standard D-pad navigation and volume rocker on the side. Not really much else to see in here. So let's open it up, shall we? Let's start with the remote. Very lightweight. Okay, so here's the remote. And for a lot of people, the remote makes the product, right? If you're fumbling around with your phone or your tablet, or you have to use a computer or something to get to it, a lot of people are less happy with a device like the Chromecast, where you're actually, it doesn't feel like a standalone appliance. It feels more like a streaming box, which this really is, but having the remote puts you very, very close to the action and close to the interface. So as mentioned before, it does say YouTube and Netflix. Again, I'm wondering if we can't program those. An input selector, it says, for your TV, and a power button for your TV. Of course, the registered trademark Google Assistant logo, and then of course a D-pad. And it feels okay. I mean, it's utilitarian. And of course the volume rocker on the side. Back slides open to present you with the battery case. And I find this very interesting. In almost every appliance you've ever used, that one battery goes one way with the positive terminal and the other one goes the other way. Oddly enough, for this particular device, they both go the same way. I'm not sure I've ever seen a device do that. I find that fascinating. Okay, so we got this all ready to go. We'll move that over here. And once again, despite being number 2 doing this video, I still opened it the wrong way. And I did a very shoddy job of packing it back up. All right, so here's the device itself. It looks very, very much like its little brother, the Chromecast. It's got the Google logo. It's a little bit bigger for those of you who are wondering. Maybe a little thinner too. Not much to see here. Standard HDMI plug and what appears to be a little light and some sort of a button. Okay, I mean, that's really it. So we're going to go ahead and plug this guy into our portable monitor, and this is just a mini HDMI to full HDMI, because this portable monitor accepts mini, which is kind of crazy. And we're not going to use the built-in, we're not going to use the included power stuff. We'll put that to the side. We're just going to use a couple of battery packs to power everything. All right, so I've got my phone handy for when we need the Google Home app, and I think we're ready to plug this guy in. Now, before we get started, I will give you a word of warning. Apparently, you've got a very short period of time to try to pair the remote. If you miss that pairing time, it's very difficult to get this remote to pair. So keep an eye on the screen. It'll immediately come up and tell you to hold down these two buttons, the home and back, at the same time to pair the controller. You only have maybe 15 or 20 seconds before it rolls itself forward in the UI process and asks you to select your language, but you can't select your language if your remote doesn't work. So pay close attention to this beginning, and if you happen to make a mistake, it's very, very difficult to get it back on there. One of the very few bad things I could tell you about this. So we went ahead and I plugged it into this battery pack, and you can see the lights on, the TV is waking up, and we have a solid light. So I'm going to be ready to go here. I've got the controller, and I'm going to make sure that I am prepared this time. So I did a factory reset the last time I used it, so this is like it came right out of the box, which is exactly what your first experience should be. And we are patiently waiting. All right. So, oh, I got no pairing at all this time. Interesting, even after the factory reset. And as you can see, I have no control. So this is a good time to maybe see if we can hold those buttons down and get it to pair, because I guarantee other people have had this problem. Okay, so they are both flashing there. The question is, will it pick up? Nothing's going on over here, and I still have no control. And I've had problems every single time I've used this device trying to get it to pair. However, the last time we did this video, when I tapped this, it tried to go into pairing mode. Bingo. Doesn't say anything about that in the manual, mind you, but if you get stuck in that weird infinite pairing loop, tap that reset button on the back. And it says it's searching. It did find the Chromecast remote, and it looks like it's searching for other Bluetooth devices. It says it's pairing. We're going to go ahead and let it finish. This might be worth the price of admission if you bought one of these guys and your controller would not pair up. Okay, now it says it's paired. I think we're ready to go. Aha, very nice. I think we'll stick with English because we've had enough challenges making this video already. Could be fun to do this in Espanol though, huh? Okay, now it says set up with the Google Home app. So you can download the Home app on your phone, and you could set this up very, very easily using your mobile device, like your phone. Now you could also set it up on your TV. So we're going to go ahead and assume you're using the mobile device. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run the Home app on my phone, and my phone is doing some searching. I'll be curious to see if it picks it up on its own. All right, so here we are, and so it says when instructed in the app, scan the QR code. So I'm not seeing it instruct me as of yet. I'm going to guess maybe we hit plus to add, set up a device, new device, at my home. I guess I'm going to have to pixelate that out. And it's searching for a device. Okay, Chromecast found. And this says Chromecast 6023. And this says Chromecast 6023. Yes, please. Scan the QR code. Easy peasy. All right, connecting to Chromecast. Your phone or tablet may temporarily disconnect, and we are setting up. I assure you, had you done this by using it on your TV instead of using the app, it's a lot longer process. Use the phone. Okay, we are connected. Follow the instructions in the Google Home app. It still says that it is connecting over here, so we will let it finish, and it is connected. Yes, Shane, you must accept the terms of service. We own you. All of your data belong to us. Additional legal terms. I agree. to the Google Device Arbitration Agreement, which means if they steal my crap, I can't sue them. And where's my device located? Well, I'm going to say that it's I guess I'm going to say it's somewhere not in the kitchen where I'm at now. Let's say that it's in my office. Okay, and then it allows you to create a unique name. I'm going to call this my Google TV. Something simple. Okay, and then what Wi-Fi do I want to connect to? It does accept both 2.4 and 5, so I'm going to go ahead and connect it to Mineral World 5, which is right in the next room. And it says it's now connecting to Wi-Fi. You can see on the screen also that it's updating. Once again, I beseech you, use the phone app. Don't try to set it up on the TV, especially if you have a complex password for your Google account. Okay, which you should. Hashtag safety for all, whatever. Okay. Still connecting to Wi-Fi, connected. Okay, so sign in with my Google account. I will sign in with my Google account. All right, signing in.
Blur out the email?
Yeah, my email's pretty much public knowledge at this point. Verify it's you. And I can use my fingerprint to verify my identity, which I don't have to blur out on the video, which is always nice. Okay. Yes, it's me. So now I've got to enter my password.
You saw nothing.
You lose. Good day, sir. All right. Signed in. Boy, oh boy. Quite the level of effort. Okay, downloading a system update and your Chromecast will start soon. Now, when I first bought this guy and I opened it up to play with it just to kind of get an idea what it would do, that wasn't available. So I'm hoping maybe that weird pairing thing has been fixed with newer Chromecast with Google TV devices. All right, your Chromecast maybe started. Okay, so yes, you can use my location, personalization, services and security. Okay, so one of the things it's asking me on my phone now is, would you like to search across all your TV apps? To do this, allow Google to share your requests with your TV apps. So you can use this setting. You can turn the setting off at any time in your TV settings. I'm going to go ahead and allow, because I don't want you guys to feel like I didn't show you the full breadth and nature of the device. And the Chromecast is still rebooting, so it's probably just sitting here. We'll just let that sit here and stew. So who is this device really for? While we're waiting for this thing to go, who's this device really for? If you're mainly a streaming family and you live on Netflix and Hulu, Disney Plus, you don't want to stream your own stuff, you're not interested in using Android TV apps, this is probably going to be the perfect device for you, and it's cheaper than a Chromecast Ultra. And from what I understand, you can use the Chromecast Ultra Ethernet adapter to allow you to hardwire this device to your network instead of using Wi-Fi. Now listen, Wi-Fi is normally just fine for basic streaming services, but if you're streaming 4K or you're using some other app on here, such as Plex, darn, I gave it away. Yes, Plex does work on here, and I'll show you how it works in a few minutes. But if you're streaming something heavier, thicker bandwidth, then you may want to look into getting that Chromecast adapter and using this guy on your network, physically connected via Ethernet. My phone went to sleep. Let's make sure nothing's going on. Activate voice match on this device. Your assistant can already recognize you by voice because I've already had that all set up with my other devices. Yes, I have to agree to give you my next born child. Haha. Sucker, there will be no more children, so you lose again. All right, so it is doing its thing. Personalized results. Yes, I agree. It's amazing how much of my rights I'm giving up by clicking these. Okay, so choose your subscription. So this is kind of nice. So right now, it's asking us what, if any, do we use here? And here's the best part. Look at all these. There's a lot, right? Boomerang. That's free, I believe. There's a couple of other interesting, YouTube Music. I use that. Pandora, Spotify, no. Crunchyroll, no. Peacock TV, sure, we'll add that one because they got a free tier. Oh, I do use Prime Video. Thank you for asking. Hulu, Disney, Netflix, and YouTube. Cool. Next. You're so next. Okay. All right. So choose an ambient mode if you want to have photos from Google Photos presented there. Sure. Why not? So then it will load up my albums. I don't want you to see all of my albums, but I will. Oh, here we go. I'll use my Cyberpunk unboxing album. All right, almost done. Here's a review of what you've set up, your Google devices, the services you've chosen, and what you want your ambient mode to be, which in my case is coming from my Google Photos. And continue. And our setup here is finished. Done and done. Complete setup on your TV screen with remote. It's such a heathen. Okay. So now I'm done with this. I can put my phone away and perhaps, I think my TV went to sleep. Where's my little power button over here? Plug it back in. There we go. Okay, so control volume and power with your Chromecast remote. So I can control, as you saw from the manual, if you want to use your phone voice commands and compatible displays to control the power and volume, or if you want to change your remote button setup, open Chromecast settings on this TV later. So we're not going to set up the remote right now because this portable monitor probably wouldn't work with that anyway. So now it's going to install the apps. I'm assuming the ones that I've asked for. We'll go ahead and let this complete. Oh my God, 1%.
And we cut.
Okay, so our elapsed time was about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. You're welcome. We cut that out. So after that was completed, it told us it was doing some finishing touches, which took about 15 seconds. And now it says, my Chromecast with Google TV is ready. I am ready to start exploring. So let's explore together. Now, well, let's see here. So this looks like a pretty standardized interface. Now understand, I haven't done any configuration. This is how it comes out of the box. So along the top, we have search for me, movies, shows, apps. Now this is what we're really interested in. And the library. So what's new in our library, movies that we've purchased. So some of these are in my, my Google Movies account. Some of these are friends of mine that have them in their account that we're sharing, which is kind of interesting and cool. Right? So we have some decent stuff here, and also purchase shows. I've never purchased a Ben 10 TV show, just so that we're clear, okay? This is from a friend. Okay, so Downton Abbey. Okay, we have to cut this whole thing out. Girls, no, none of this is mine. I assure you, none of this is mine. Okay, so my watch list is empty. Add new discoveries to your watch list and view them on TV, mobile, and web. Okay, well, I can assure you it's not going to be Downton Abbey. Let's go back to apps, though. Let's see what's available here. So we have your standard. Here are all the things we would like you to install. Here are the ones. You recognize a lot of these, even though I did not install Sling TV or Hulu or HBO Max. I'm assuming that they shoveled these because, well, they probably got paid to. App categories. So we have things like entertainment, music and audio, video players and editors. So this is starting to feel a lot like Android TV, but not. So I know what you're dying to look in some of these fields, but let's see what we got here. Apps from my other devices. Now NFL came built in on my phone. Some of these definitely are stuff that I've installed before. GeForce NOW. Hey, does GeForce NOW actually run on here? Now that would be something. AnyDesk, Tidal, featured, which means somebody paid us to put them here. Tubi, right? Al Jazeera. And some games. Oh, good. Noggin's on here. Perfect. We're all set. Hulu, all the standard stuff that you would hope. Pluto TV. This is always fun. Pluto TV has some good stuff in it. So let's see what it looks like to install Pluto TV. All right. And it does say that it contains ads. There's some screenshots. Look at here. See, we're out. Plex. Screw it. Let's install Plex instead. So you know that Plex definitely is available. And it's moving along pretty fast. I suspect that that first setup is what took so long. That most of the apps were probably already installed. So we're just doing a little bit of house cleaning. So now you don't get to see my Plex server. So But we will install Plex just to see that it does indeed work. All right, cool. And there's Plex running right on this Google TV. All right, this is the non-signed in mode, so this isn't actually my Plex server, but this is the stuff that sort of comes free with Plex or that comes as part of the base install of Plex, which is cool, and that works. So let's hit the home button, and we're back to home. I did say we'd install Pluto TV, so let's do that. Now, something that would be really, really cool would be, is the HD Home Run app available on here? That way, if you have a network tuner connected to your network, like I do, the HD Home Run tuner, you could actually watch live TV being pumped in from your over-the-air antenna, and that would be way cool. But let's see what Pluto TV looks like. I know one of my regular watchers, Chris, will be interested in how Pluto TV performs on this. Watch hundreds of channels for free. Live TV on demand. So we got all sorts of interesting stuff here. All right, so there's a whole bunch of stuff here to watch. Christmas stuff, sitcoms. So what's we got in sitcoms here? All right, some great stuff from the old days, huh? Dick Van Dyke, The Nanny, stuff most of you probably never heard of, but us old people know all about. Oh, American Gothic. Is that like my show of American Gothic? No, different American Gothic. Too bad. Okay, so that's Pluto TV. Let's hit the home button again. So let's see how the, well, we can go through and look at some more of this stuff, but let's see how the Google Assistant works. So let's try this. Hold the button down and talk. Holding out for a hero Witcher 3 edition on YouTube. Okay, well, my stuff certainly didn't come up. It's interesting. You'd think that mine would have been like the first one, huh? Holding out for a Witcher on YouTube.
Oh, it's playing a video.
Now what's it going to play?
Let's hope something not.
So you can, so I have two different accounts attached to my YouTube, and it knew that I had both. This is the channel that you're watching right now, and this is my personal channel. So I'm going to just go ahead and use my brand channel. I know, right? Ah, and there it is. Well, there's the 3D version of it, but here's the actual one right here. I would actually play it. I wonder if I can turn the volume down here because I don't want to get a copyright hit.
You can. Oh yeah.
Listen. I would love for you to be able to listen to it and get an opportunity to watch it. That'd be great. I spent months working on this, but I also don't want to. I don't want B&G Music or whatever to get this video.
Would you have gotten copyright for that video, not this video?
Well, no, because this video had the music playing in the background. As you can see, it took a little while for the pixelization to kick out, and it's still not as clean as I would hope it would be. But hey, listen, it's YouTube. 4 years ago. Has it really been that long? That's nuts. Mm-hmm. All right, so the assistant works. So let's say that I'm looking for something that I don't know where it is, like I knew where that was. Cobra Kai. What does it tell us? Oh, well, it tells us that it's on Netflix. It tells us all about the show, which is kind of cool, and gives us some recommendations. And movies, of course, Karate Kid that was based on. But, and it shows me right here that Netflix has it. Now, it used to be on YouTube, so apparently all of those... Oh, wait a minute. It says 3 ways to watch. Let's see what those are. Netflix, YouTube, and Google TV to buy. This is actually kind of cool. I mean, when it comes to aggregating video sources like that, okay, let's give it something really, really difficult. The $6 Million Man. And I guarantee that's like available nowhere to watch. Hey, look at that. It actually brought the show up, though. Kudos. And look at that. That's right. William Shatner was in like one episode of that. This is kind of cool. I can't believe it actually pulled it up at all. Okay, and then how can I watch it? Looks like NBC. I can watch it now, but it doesn't give me any other ways to watch it. Well, heck, let's take a look. So I need to install the NBC app. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's do that. This is kind of neat to go through the whole process of coming up with a show that you want to watch, it determining what you need to watch it, and hopefully it doesn't cost you any money to watch it. Now, the real question is once it's done installing, will it take us back to the $6 Million Man or take us right there? Or will it just sort of disconnect in the process? Open, please. NBC. I'm getting the feeling that it's going to be disconnected. Yeah, it just took us right to the app with no context of where it came from. But that's okay. The $6 Million Man. All right, now we should be ready to go. Hit NBC. There she goes. Nice. All right. And it looks like it has maybe even all the seasons on here too. Look at that. I'll start one first before we actually know whether... Oh, where's the Bigfoot one? Oh, the Return of Bigfoot. Perfect.
Part 2.
Yeah, the Return of Bigfoot's not as good as the original Bigfoot. Everyone knows that. All right, so it looks like free of charge. No dollars. Oh, of course, we get to watch an ad first. This, my friends, is why I use Plex. Okay, so we get to watch the ad, and I guarantee there's ads throughout the show, too. But listen, you get to watch the show, and you get to watch it for free. There's Jamie Summers. Lindsay Wagner in her prime, ladies and gentlemen. Now, can I get... How do I get... Oh, there we go. See, look at that. Did you see those markers? Commercial, 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 commercial. Okay, well, still, that's pretty cool. Okay, so what else do we got here? So we've already done search. What does it think for me? It has no clue what I'm into or what I like. So let's see just how good it is. Explorers, Jane, Silent Bob, okay, you got me. Daredevil, probably. No. Yeah. Yeah, stay tuned. Very nice. This is, oh, look, that's from Star Trek. Nice. Addams Family, not that Addams Family, but Addams Family. Romance. Not bad considering it doesn't, I mean, it knows me from Google, but it doesn't know a ton about me using this. Running Man, now we're talking, right? Gemini Man, Clue. All right. So trending on Google, action shows. The terrible remake of Pet Sematary. Oh, look at that, The Gate, though. That's pretty cool. That's a good movie, actually. I know it got 55%, but what do they know? So where can I watch that? Prime Video. I'm assuming that I have to get into my Amazon account now in order to watch Prime Video, but let's take a look. I think a lot of people are in sort of this situation. You have one or two services like Google and Prime. Okay, so watch free with ads or watch with Prime. Start your 30-day trial. I'm assuming that I could log in, sign in to watch and purchase videos. Okay, so we're not going to sign in. But it's kind of nice that it gives you an opportunity that you can watch without signing in and watch with ads. So let's see if that works. Oh, so wait a minute. So I still have to sign in? That's just not fair. Oh, that's nice. So it uses the standard authenticate with your phone type thing. That's cool. All right, we're not going to do that right now, but it's kind of fun to take a look at that. All right, so what else do we have here? We had the mute button, which was nothing to look at. So if I push the YouTube button, amazing. You push the YouTube button and YouTube shows up. All right. And so this is all press and hold for more options. So this looks a lot like the Android. Ooh, hey now, it's Rambo. Oh, well, that's right. Did we lose? We lost Brian Dennehy last year, huh? I didn't even notice that. That's too bad. TV commercials from the 70s. Yeah, you can tell the old dude that watches this stuff. And if I push the Netflix button, amazingly enough, Netflix comes on. Of course, I have no subscription to Netflix, so ixnay. I pushed the power button just for fun to see what would happen, and it looked like it literally turned off the Chrome, which is what you would expect it to do. Okay. So let's go back to the home. Let's see if there's anything else we really need to go over here. I mean, we've kind of gone over the basic stuff. I know a lot of you would be interested in seeing what other apps are available, because that's what's important, right? Making this device yours. So let's take a look at, we'll go through each of these categories and we'll just kind of scroll through the tops of the list. Standard stuff that you would expect to see, music and audio. For a lot of you, Spotify or Pandora, Amazon Music's going to do it. We're YouTube Music peoples in our household. Look, they got a karaoke app too. Nice. You're lucky I'm not going to put you through a karaoke rendition. Tidal, Deezer, all the stuff that you would expect to see, these apps are here. Video players and editors. Now, wouldn't it be great if VLC was here? And it is. So that's great. So this thing definitely does run Android apps. Kodi's here, which is important for me and a lot of other people. So there's a good selection of tools here, which is great. What do we have under actual tools? Screen Mirroring Explorer, my favorite file manager ever, is available here. So that's perfect. I mean, looks like a lot of my core apps are definitely covered. Lifestyle, what's in here? Do-it-yourself network, blah, blah, blah. Live gallery. I don't know what half this stuff is. Bill O'Reilly. All right. Sports. This is important to some people, but certainly not to me. So it looks like I recognize the logos, my friends. That's all you get. So hopefully what you're looking for is here. Oh, I know like DirecTV and stuff like that are important to people, so that's good. Looks like there's quite a selection of sports stuff in here. Gun Talk. Pff, so not me. Okay, cool. All right, let's go back here. News and magazines. Standard stuff. Left wing, right wing, moderate. Is there even any moderate press anymore? Probably not. All right. Oh, News 360. I do use this. It's one of my favorite news aggregators. That's really neat. Productivity. Solid Explorer, obviously. Some of these. Oh, Team Viewer. Nice. There's excellent selection of apps here. I would expect to see these on an Android TV, not necessarily a Google TV. But this list has grown since the first time I've seen it, which is great. Education. PBS Kids, that's actually pretty good. Hey, Curiosity Stream. I hear about that every morning on my Google briefing. Smart Teacher. Standard stuff. Looks pretty good. What else we got? Health and Fitness. Peloton, #1, of course. I bet they paid to be there too. So all that good stuff that you'd expect. Can go on and on here, folks. I don't know if 100 push-ups is here or not. Communications. Look at that. You can actually get Duo on here. I wonder how that works. Basic stuff. Okay. So this is a remarkably decent selection of apps that this thing will play, which is fantastic. This is great. AnyDesk. It's pointing out stuff that I recognize and know. All right. Well, listen. If you'd like to know if one of these apps if there's an app supported that you'd like to run, let me know. In the meantime, GeForce NOW. Somebody actually specifically requested that I check for this. That's GeForce NOW on YouTube. That's not going to work out for me. So let's search apps. Let's see. There was a search in here somewhere, was there not? Yes. And so you can use this if for whatever reason you don't want to use your voice. Too loud. Voice grates on people. Now this would make this a truly great device. Look at this. It actually is supported. I might have to do a complete separate video just on GeForce NOW support on here. Because if this thing will let you connect a Bluetooth controller, that means you connect an Xbox controller and you're playing Cyberpunk 2077 on a $50 Chromecast Google TV. And how sweet would that be? This will require a whole bunch of setup and nonsense we're not going to do. But the fact that it actually installs and works, we don't know how well it works, of course, but it works. Let's just take a peek real quick. Of course I agree. I'm Mr. Agreement. Okay, and I would expect that to be there. And I will log in. I will do another video separate about that. I'll do a direct feed on the computer for that. Now, what about Stadia, right? Because how come you checked for that, but you didn't check for Stadia? Let's try that. I'm sure Stadia's in here too, unless they pissed Google off and then maybe it's not there. It's a Google product. For God's sakes, I would expect it to be there, right? I was just thinking this is a Google product, so it wouldn't matter. They wouldn't be pissing themselves off. No Stadia. That's crazy that there's no Stadia and it's Google's product, but you can get GeForce Now. I find that puzzling. Okay, well listen, I'm not sure what else I can show you with this device, folks. I mean, I've given you the whole 9 yards. We've set it up. We've seen what it can do. We've seen how it interacts with the content that you own. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, as always, please like this video, subscribe, and of course hit that little bell so that you get notifications of all these great videos. I'm Shane R. Monroe, and as always, thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.